Native Wildman Channel, your host Sean Catfish Wilson speaking. And today we are fishing at pot 2 again. On the back side of the lake, as we like to call it. It just got through raining here. So and you can hear the thunder. Thunder. All right. So far today I've caught one green sunfish. Or not green sunfish, bluegill. One bluegill. But luckily my buddy Jeff was out here before me and he got some more bait. So we are going to grab this green sunfish. Let's not fall backwards. What's up, Hog Deer? What's up, Cleveland? How are you all today? Thank you for stopping by my stream. Fist pound back at you, Hog Deer. Green sunfish. I moved the scales away on one side, that way it doesn't rip a big hole in them. Oh. My line's getting snagged on my knife. I'll show you the knife here in a second. All right. Starting to light rain again. The lake, there's a couple people around. People shooting off fireworks out in the distance. A light rain. Come on, I want a Fat Albert sized fish. And this lake, I'd be happy with the 10-pound channel cat. That's pretty nice for this lake. My dad, back in his 20s, I think, he said that he caught about a 20-pound channel out of here. Bigger than any channel I've ever caught. My biggest is 16. So should I invest in a tripod, everyone? Or do you like the chest mount? Got my bait caster out, my good one. And I have an off-the-hook grub on there. This thing has some really awesome action. Haven't caught anything off of it yet, but it's kind of an odd color. And this is a St. Croix Mojo bass rod. All right. Let's see. I am going to walk to a different part. Not very far away, but don't want to go super far away, not with having two lines in the water. They both have click bait feeders on them, so they're not going to get thieved. But you know Murphy's Law. Oh, it's nice debris in the water right there. Okay, well, I guess we don't want to let it sink there. Alright. I didn't catch who said good luck, but thank you. I'll check here in a second. What's up, Off the Hook? Thank you, Team Johnson Outdoors. This is the bait I'm using, and it's starting to rain again, so I might make one more cast and retreat underneath the tree. They should, Ted. It's an off-the-hook grub. I'm probably not fishing it right, but that's all right. I'll learn. Yes, this elm tree that has almost no leaves. Oh, thank you, Team Johnson. Oh, awesome, thank you. So this is the rod I'm using. Oh, it's upside down. And my reel. It's a really nice reel. So much for it not supposed to be raining. Oh yeah, I really like mine too, Ted. I wanted to get the Mojo catfish rods, but unfortunately I don't think they make them anymore. I was wanting to replace my Ugly Stick Tiger that's from 1999, but it still works really good, so does what it's supposed to, so I guess I don't really need to replace it. I am fishing at Potawatomi State Lake number 2, or as we always call it here, Pot 2. And it's in Potawatomi County, Kansas. And I fish here quite often. And this tree, it's not a good umbrella. It was supposed to stop raining by now. Yeah, I went to go into your fishing live, Ted, and then it was over by the time I got around to it. Did you catch any fish today? rainy conditions like that, I should have brought my spinner rod for spinners and crankbaits and be throwing a spinner or something. A spinner would probably be really good right now in the rain. Really good. But I'm primarily... Oh, my bobber just went down. But it did not stay down. I might have a fish on here shortly. And with a live green sunfish, it could be a channel catfish, a flathead catfish, a largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, or a big crappie. That'd be kind of cool. You had to end it because of the rain. Then I saw that. I started watching that video, Ted. I need to finish it. Team Johnson. A guy I know here in town is catching catfish on the Mississippi up in the northern Minnesota. What kind do you think it is? Channel cat are pretty prolific. Then there's another type of catfish that's up in that area, and I can't remember what it's called, but my first guess would be a channel cat, especially on the river, the Mississippi. Yeah, I would say channel cat. I'd have to see the fish though, because the catfish that we go for in Kansas are the most common would be channel catfish, blue catfish, flathead catfish are the three ones that we go for. But there's also Mad Tom catfish. They live in the creeks underneath rocks, and they don't get very big. There's also black bullhead here and yellow bullhead. Not in this lake. Well, there might be Mad Tom in this lake because there is a couple creeks that feed it. Then there's a few other small species of catfish, but I don't remember what they all are. But on the Mississippi, it could be channel blue or flathead. Well, the thunder's reminding me of an AC/DC song. The tree over next to my truck is a black walnut tree, and its leaves ain't any better than this elm. It's probably a lace bark elm, I would have imagined. Lace bark elm are pretty common all over the US. Do you have any St. Croix Triumph rods, Ted? My light action, that's what my light action is, and I love it a lot. It's a great copy rod, yeah. crappie rod. Don't worry, I just learned how to speak English yesterday, so it's all good, right? And when I trip, I say I just learned how to walk the other day too, so. All right. It has seemed to lighten up out here. That's pretty cool. I have caught smallmouth off of this pier before, and this is also the lake where I caught my personal best smallmouth, which was a half-inch longer than what Kansas state record is. So if you look up the state record for Kansas, you'll know how long my fish was. It's a half-inch longer than that. And I cast it into like a big pile of weeds. I can't hardly see it, but it's thicker than what it is over here. And I cast it into a little opening in it with my light action, with my crappie gear. And then something took off with it and it started taking out. It went around the pier to about like that far. Then it went back around to about where I first hooked it. Then it came in back around. It started to come back. Did like some cool tail flip jumps, tail walk jumps, and then I got it almost all the way to the surface and got it to the bank and the hook popped out, but I was able to grab it before it got away, so that was pretty cool. And that was off of that rod there, this little St. Croix Triumph rod, light action. And that was probably an 8-pound smallmouth. She was fat. She was like a football. backlashed it. That's unusual for this rod, or reel. Rods don't matter whether it's going to backlash or not, I don't think. Oh, it's a big one. Yeah. Hi, chillin' Indiana Carl. How are you? Thanks. I know nothing about catfishing. I think I'm gonna try it for the first time. Never caught a catfish, mostly walleye. Walleye's really good eating, Team Johnson. But yeah, I have, whoa, a bite. Goddamn mother. Come on. The only thing I've caught today so far is just a bluegill that I put on for catfish bait. Just a little one off of a fly that I tied. But however, my bobber went down a few times and I just had a bite. Which means I should probably check my bait. Well, hey, looky here. I got hard to catch fish with nothing on my line. All right, got a green sunfish. So Team Johnson. Okay. This is how I like to hook live bait for catfish. I take and scrape some of the scales away up underneath this part of the fin right here. And you take and you put the hook in, try to go straight as possible so it goes out the other side. Then you clean the tip off. And the hook I'm using is a 5/0 Gamakatsu octopus circle hook. They're really sharp, they're really good. This is about 3 foot-ish deep under the water, so it'll only go 3 foot under. And this is a slip bobber, so, and it has a stop right here, and it'll stop. And this is just a light, it's probably not working anymore, but I have more, so it's all good. And then a 2-ounce sinker. I think this bobber will actually support up to 3 ounce. And you lob it out there. And another thing you can do with the bait, it doesn't matter what type of bait you use or fish you use, as long as you can use it legally in your state for bait. Like here in Kansas, you can use any game fish for bait as long as you catch it legally and as long as it's the legal length. So if it makes the krill length, you can use it for bait. But you can only use live bait up to 1 foot long. So if it's over 1 foot long, 12 inches, you got to throw it back. That's here in Kansas. So if I'm throwing out and I catch a crappie, I can use a crappie for bait, as long as I catch it legally. I know it varies state to state, so you want to check your rules and regulations for your specific state. And crappie, I like to cut their heads off and use their heads. Heads make really good bait for flathead when they're fresh, blue cat, channel cat. Heck, I've even caught largemouth bass off of crappie head out of here, or cut bluegill or green sunfish, long-eared sunfish. So every once in a while, cut bait will work for bass. It's pretty uncommon for largemouth. I've never caught a smallmouth off of cut bait. That'd be kind of cool. Not saying it ain't possible, because I'm pretty sure it is. I'm sure somebody's out there's caught smallmouths off of cut bait, but not me. I've even caught walleye off of cut bait before too. Last year I was fishing the river and I was flathead fishing. I was using salties, which is a hybrid between a goldfish and a carp. And they're super durable and super tough. And they stay alive forever and a day. And I ended up using one of those for bait and ended up catching a walleye off the bottom, going for flathead. But honestly, I should float more often, and that just went down. because floating flathead is actually a super effective way of catching flathead. And channel too, especially after rain. Fish like to come up towards the surface because it knocks insects and stuff in the water. And worms get washed into the water. Worms is a good one to use, especially at the creeks and river. It's really good at right after rain, because they'll wash some worms in the water and they'll be floating down and they ain't got much weight to them. So when the current takes off with it, it's gonna be drifting it subsurface. So using Nightcrawler about a foot deep on the with a float after a rain in a river or a creek is a really good idea. Whoa, that was a cool lightning bolt. When I was younger, back before, I think YouTube was just starting then. I didn't have a cell phone or anything for a while. Then I finally got one. But I used to fish with a lot of old timers at the tubes, what we call this tubes. It's the outlet for Tuttle Creek. And some of the old timers gave me lots of cool tips and stuff that I've used and stuff. And so here's my advice. If you're fishing in a area and there's lots of people around and you see the old timers, listen to them, take their advice, because they're not just talking, they know what they're telling you, because a lot of them's been fishing forever and a day. I mean, myself, I've been fishing for at least 40 years. So, and I am more than happy and willing to share my knowledge to help other people. That's one of the reasons why I started my YouTube, was so I could share my knowledge on fishing, my experience with knives. Oh, yeah. My knife. That was going to say I was going to show. Haha. Brand new out of the package. Never been used to kill a bear. Well, can't see the hair because the wind blew it all off. But as you see, it shaves. I took it to my 3,000 grit stone. And then I stropped her. This is my favorite fixed blade. Rain, 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 rain. We like the rain. Rain, rain, rain. We like the rain. We like the rain. We like the rain. Please stop when I'm fishing. Don't worry, I ain't gonna quit my day job to become a singer, because that won't work. They'd probably be throwing rotten tomatoes at me and rotten eggs to get me off the stage. I can even tell you a not so good story about me and a knife. So my bait's pretty big on there. It'd take a decent sized fish to yank that bobber under. Actually, not really. A small channel cat can yank it under pretty easy. Like a 2-3 pounder. Be nice if a big old woolly burger flathead would grab a hold of my bait and take it. Yeah. So the guy I was talking about uses suckers, but then uses them as dead bait. He cuts them open, the same style sinker, but Lindy setup sits on the bottom. Yeah, mine right there set on the bottom. It's a bottom one. I'm not sure what Lindy style is though. Lindy style. My other one, it's set up the same way as this one, except for it doesn't have a float on it. So I've got the leader, I've got the hook, leader, swivel, and sinker. And no bobber on the other one. But there's several different styles of rigging it. And each individual will probably swear to each style. I'm just used to the style I use, so that's what I use. I've tried other ways, and I've caught fish on them. So they work just the same, just as effectively. There's also one thing that you can do is you can put a bobber that will sink with your sinker, but put it on with your bait on the leader side to kind of raise your bait up off the ground a little bit. And I'm sure there's some catfishermen out there that would probably argue with me on the way I do it and say I'm doing it all wrong. And I guess they're entitled to their opinion, I reckon. I'm not going to say they're wrong. I'm probably not going to argue with them either. I'll probably just say, okay, cool. I'm pretty good at staying mellow. It takes a lot to make me blow up. We have floating jigs for that. Cool. I tried doing a tie on the floating jig, but I never caught anything off of it. It didn't work as well as I thought it would. I think I know a better way to catch fish. It's called dynamite. And a good way to get arrested. Grocery store. Yeah, chicken liver works good for fish bait. You can get that at the grocery store. Works good for channel cat. And I've heard occasionally you can catch flathead off of it. I'm sure blue cat will go after it too. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Check this one, see if I still got bait. And one thing you never want to do with bait casters is dip them in the water to make them work better. Take them apart and clean them if they're not working right. I caught seaweed. Yeah, I almost had one. It's small. Cool, lightning strikes. This is a Brechia palmasmithi. Oh wait, never mind. That's a Mexican red knee tarantula. This is a green sunfish. I don't know the scientific name. For that, you'd probably have to ask the Sunfish King. I'm sure he knows the scientific name for it. That's some vicious sounding thunder. What's up, Deer Slayer? How you doing, bud? Man, that's some wicked sounding thunder there. Cool. Little green sunfish. This is a baby bluegill. Well, goes back in the water. More rain and the wind had to shift directions. Well, I don't want this stuff right here if it's gonna rain. This way nothing can splash, that won't splash a whole bunch of dirt and sand and junk on my reels. I have to reel this in and throw it out in a different place thanks to the wind shifting directions. Lose my bait. I don't know why it shifted on me. Ready? Oh, more rain. Rain, you weren't supposed to be here anymore. Go away. Are you kidding me? The lid to the minnow bucket flew off. Well, it's starting to get dark out here, and it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna let you all go. Peace and long life, my friends.